All right, here we go.
Oh, no,
In 3, 2, 1. EnVivo, ladies and gentlemen. Long live boxing inside the ring with Manny.
Shun.
And Hopper.
And Hopper, ladies and gentlemen, talking about boxing. Breaking it down like it is, like it should be. Hold on a second. Spider, what do you got?
We have somebody on the line.
On the line.
Oh! We got a
I
caller
can't believe
on the
it!
line. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a caller on the line. Hopper, who's your guest tonight, bro?
Help me out.
Let's find out. Hello?
What's going on? How's it going on?
Oh, my goodness.
It's
Listo.
Listo.
Listo Gaitan.
Wow. Ladies and
Fight
gentlemen.
week, bitches.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for calling in, Listo. We really appreciate
Yes, sir.
that.
No,
Now,
thank you guys for giving me the invitation.
now we'll go ahead and start. I mean, how are you feeling coming into this fight? What's your mindset?
Oh man, real good, real confident. I mean, I get to finally, fight for a professional title. I mean, I got a few of those, but only as an amateur, and I'm ready to put my name out there at the big league now, professional. And I was fighting for ABO light heavyweight title. I mean, it's fight week. My weight's good. I mean, I'm energized. I'm ready to go, man. Fight without
Nice. And is there anything in particular that concerns you about Nayib? Or how much do you know about him?
Well, I know he's gonna be. He has just about maybe triple the fights I got. So he has about 15 fights
15.
total. And he's gonna be a real tough fighter. He's gonna be a real strong opponent coming in. I feel like he's gonna be an aggressive fighter. So I mean, our plan is gonna be basically, see what we can do with him. I mean, we'll figure it out within the first round, but box him out and see where it goes from there. Within the first round, we'll be able to figure out what we got to do to come out with the victory.
That's awesome, Listo. This is Sean here, a big fan of yours. Hopefully I get an autograph. Hopefully I get a chance to get.
He was at the
day.
gym, the sparring.
I was in awe of you, sir. Here's the thing.
Hold on, thank you.
You've had some amazing sparring. I don't want to give away what was going on, but people were getting hurt, and you were laying out some serious damage to folks. You fought El Tigre. You fought Samuel. Sparred.
Yes, sir.
And you also
Yes, sir.
fought Samuel main event Clarkson. That was, no joke. And go ahead, Spider. He's our engineer here. He can quote me on this. That was one of the best sparring events. Hopper and I were talking about
that we witnessed.
You could have charged for that.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
you didn't charge us for that.
I think you did.
Oh man, no. I mean, it's just sometimes the best fights happen in the gym. They happen sparring. We have these type of pay-per-view style fights. That happen behind the cameras. And people don't really see that. They just get to see what happens on fight night. But yeah, man. I mean, the work's tough because we got to make sure that the training's hard. So that way the fights come easy.
Yeah, and it definitely shows because you were clearly focused. You had your A game on, and I was really impressed. That's another thing I want to say as well too. When I initially saw you the first time when I saw you fight, I just saw you on video. I didn't get a chance to go to your last event when you fought in June at the Mikey Garcia Promotion event, which I wish I would have went. Hopper went for us instead.
I was there.
But I'm gonna make for it. I'm gonna be there this weekend.
Long live
baby.
boxing was there.
I'll be there in the house. But my thing is,
Sounds good.
we saw the opportunity where you were showing a lot of diversity. At one point, you were cutting the ring off. Another part, you were really working that jab. Your jab is no joke. I mean, I don't want to give your secrets away, but your jab is no joke. And then
I appreciate that.
We saw the head movement. You were going to the body. Again, I guess I'm giving too much away. But anyway, it was great. And you showed a lot of diversity in your approach. Is that just because you want to be ready for everything? Because, you don't know what your fighter's opponent is going to bring?
Most definitely. I mean, like I said, I just know, all I really know is that he's a very strong, aggressive fighter. I mean, and so that's something that we work out, in the gym. We got to make sure we're good from every angle, whether it be fighting inside, whether it be boxing from the outside, whether it be just jabbing him to death, or whether it be, digging into the body. Whatever we have to do to come out with the victory, that's what we have to do. We have to, to be able to make a name for yourself in the sport, you have to be able to be a diverse fighter and know how to adapt in the ring within seconds to be able to come out with the victory. So that's just something that I'm really thankful for on my team with Hector Vasquez and Knuckles. I mean, my dad, he's always pushing me. They're always pushing me and making sure that if I'm going to do anything, I better do it 100%. No half-assing anything. No half-assing jabs. No half-assing, cutting angles. No half-assing footwork. Nothing. So we got to make sure we're 100% everywhere.
Yeah, definitely. And there was definitely no half-assing that night. I mean, that was, again, that was great.
Now, Listo, you are definitely you're the main eventer. You're the main event of the fight. People are going to come out and support you. But I want to ask you this: what other fight on the fight card has you excited? Is it maybe El Güero who's going to be fighting, or what?
Love that guy.
Love that guy.
Oh, Güero.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, look out for for Chicken. You know, she's going to be fighting for another ABO title, but also, be sure to look out for Güero. I mean, Güero, I'm there. You know, he's there and training with me. You know, day in, day out, every day. You know, we're training right next to each other. We're training just as hard. You know. And I mean, I'm really excited to see, you know, what he's able to do, you know, because I see him, you know, working so hard in the gym. So I just want to see what he does in the ring. You know, he's going to be putting on a real good fight, man. And his opponent is also no joke either. His opponent has a big record. So it's going to be a real experienced fighter going in. I mean, with Güero, and I mean, Güero's gonna do his thing though, man. I got faith in him.
Yeah, we definitely don't want people to miss that. So we want to make sure that people are there, and we're going to go ahead and help with that because, you know, with you, sponsored by you, Listo, and also Chicana Boxing out of Los Angeles, California.
Boxing.
Baby.
Orale.
We're going to be giving away some ringside tickets to see the man, the myth, the legend in person.
What do they have to do?
That's a good question.
Yeah, what?
They would have to, first of all, email us at contest@longliveboxing.com, and they have to say what's their favorite thing about Listo.
Yeah,
I love everything about Listo, so that's easy for me.
That works.
That's an easy contest. And they can put it to the raffle and a chance to win, a chance to see Listo in person. So why aren't you doing it right now?
Can I win?
No. You're already a winner, sir.
You're already a winner.
You're already a winner in my eyes.
So, okay. All right, Listo. And where can people follow you on social media? Like, what, your Twitter handle or your Facebook or Instagram?
Go ahead and follow me through I basically have all social medias, you know, open. Instagram will be Listo Gaitan. Facebook will also be Listo Gaitan, but also feel free to follow A La Grandes Boxeo, which would be my dad's page, and he's also my manager, and he's also posting any updates that sometimes he gets to see before I do, and he'll be sure to let everybody know. Just feel free to follow that, or you can also follow me at Twitter, Listo Gaitan. I'll be there sometimes, you know, talking a little bit of mess. You know,
Listo. Estamos listos.
All right, so
Claro
we want to definitely give a shout out because when we were there at the gym, your dad was super cool. Your little brother was fighting there too.
Yes, sir.
He's not no joke. So you said last time we spoke that he's going to be going pro sometime. You want to disclose anything on our show? Did you say pro? At some point?
Yes, sir. Oh. Yeah, we're definitely, you know, I mean, this is something that we've done, you know, as a family for a very long time. Since I was 5 years old, my brother got into it shortly after I started, you know, really getting into the gym. And, I mean, he's done it for a very long time. He's ready to make the transition from amateur to pro as well. And, right now he's also been part of our training camp. He's been trying to see, you know, how he feels during our training camp, how he feels eating the way that we do. And, I mean, he feels ready. My dad is just wanting to see some things, wanting to make some adjustments before we might finally make the final transition. But yeah, he's ready to go pro, and it will be two Gaitan brothers, hopefully.
Double trouble.
I can't wait to see that. That's like too much.
Brothers.
I can't even handle that.
Yeah.
All right, but I have to ask because I know you're a humble guy. Well, you know, for the most part, for a Raider friend, I have to ask though.
Sorry about that.
Didn't mean to ruin the show. I have to ask though. What's your predictions for the fight? The fight when it ends, it's going to end with a what?
We'll just leave it at this. It's going to end with my hand in the air and holding it.
I like that. I like
Yes.
a win.
A win is a win.
It's confident.
A W.
It's confident, but it's humble at the same time. Just like Listo. Listo, thank you so much for calling in, man. You are the real deal. We support you 100%. We can't wait.
Before you go, I got a quick question to ask you, Listo.
Go ahead.
And those of you who are listening, we're Long Live Boxing, Inside the Ring Manny,
Sean,
and
Hopper.
The Hopper. Follow us on Instagram, also Facebook, as well as our YouTube channel, Long Live Boxing. So, quick question. We had a really good 30-minute conversation
It's
about a very interesting topic that's coming up November 2nd in the weight class that you're in. Canelo versus Kovalev. What's your opinion about Canelo moving up, and what is he looking to get up there with a bigger and stronger guy?
Yeah, he is your favorite fighter, true.
I mean,
yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to prove a point, man, to not only the the light heavyweight division, but I mean to the whole world. He's trying to make another world title. He's trying to achieve, and I mean stepping up against Kovalev, it's no joke, man. I mean Kovalev is a very, very strong opponent, very, very strong, very smart, and very technical. I mean, he gave Andre Ward a very tough first fight, and Andre Ward is one of the best fighters pound for pound,
Absolutely.
and I mean Canelo, he's gonna have a real tough challenge. I mean, I'm really rooting for him, but it's gonna be extremely tough, and I mean, I'm also extremely excited. Canelo's also moving up because who knows? Maybe I might get to see him in the future.
That say it again, Listo.
That's the answer we wanted.
You took away my next
Oh
question.
my goodness. So let's go ahead and make that prediction right now, okay? We'll be there at the fight, front row, no problem. Thank you, Listo. So in 3 years, guys, Listo, Canelo
Breaking news.
at the Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas?
Baby.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Raider Stadium.
man.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna bring back, some of the old school Raiders. I'm gonna have to come out with them. They're gonna have to come out during my ring walk.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be there ringside.
He's still in the black hole.
Appreciate you coming up with
Yes,
us,
sir.
jumping on board, and thank you so much for
Appreciate
we'll
that,
be
Listo.
watching you, and you only heard it first here on Love
Yeah.
Live Boxing.
Muchas gracias, Listo.
That's it.
We'll
Thank
be
you,
in
guys.
touch.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right,
En
good
vivo.
Adios.
Órale. Buenas noches. Órale.
Woo!
All right, man. That's how the hell you end a podcast.
That's what's up, ladies and gentlemen.
High five. Air high five.
High five, high five, high five.
So-
Remember.
All right, I don't know about
But
you
we were-
guys. That was fantastic.
That was fun. Now,
Oh,
but
love
where
that.
were we before we got that great call? Oh, we were talking about Listo Gaitan and his matchup with Neyer Obregon.
What
now,
a coincidence.
where
how
was
great
I?
that works
The
out.
best for
that,
last.
that was perfect timing. Now,
It is.
as I was saying, it's gonna be a tough fight for Listo.
It will.
Well,
Yeah.
I was watching footage on Neyer, and he's no slouch. He's definitely no disrespect to Listo's last opponent, Robert Hill. Neyer is a step up. Neyer is a considerable step up.
You're
This
right.
is Neyer's second attempt at the regional title. He lost in his first attempt to an undefeated fighter. So I mean, there's no shame in that. Losing
Yeah,
to an
no,
undefeated
not at all.
fighter.
No,
So
not at all.
And I like that you asked what was his prediction, but he didn't want to go there. But I can tell you something about his conversation. He said, I got a nasty jab.
Nasty.
jab. It's
I
gonna-
think it's going to go down. I think he's getting ready for, making a big impact right now. And I think he's probably going to do, he said he'll study him in the first round, right? But I
Figure it
think he's
out.
probably going to figure him out at the end of the first round and coming into the second and just let him, take a nap for a little bit in the canvas.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the thing that I was, talking to Listo about in regards to when we saw him spar is I was impressed with his ring IQ. I mean, he could really change things up.
Yeah.
You're thinking there like, oh, it's a big 6'1" guy. He's going to go in there and brawl, and there's really no diversity in his game. But he has a huge amateur background. He clearly knows what he's doing. And, I think he's going to put it on full display. The one thing I would like to know, and, I didn't want to get into his head too much, on fight week, but what can you imagine the pressure being? I mean, obviously it's great. You're fighting in your hometown, but is there pressure to
perform and to perform well, put on a show.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's gonna be tough because Neyer is 13-2, 8 KOs. He's about the same height, 6'1". He has a lot of experience. 51 total rounds compared
Yeah.
to Listo's
That's a
14
But
rounds.
I mean, you got youth, right? You got someone that's got his head straight into the game. And when you have that and you have a really good camp that complements well for what you do when you're talented, I mean, I just hope he continues to stay focused and to ensure that he can accomplish what he wants. And it's going to be a good one for him. And I know he's going to learn. I know he might make mistakes, although we may not see it because we're probably going to knock him out, right? But at the same time, it's
Hopefully,
going to be a
yes.
really good
Hopefully.
test for him. So
hopefully
rooting for him.
We're rooting for him, and
yeah.
he's
No, I was gonna say that I'm actually excited because here's the thing. I always want to see good boxing. People always say like, oh, what's the best scenario for these two fighters? The best scenario is for the best person to win. The best scenario is for a true definitive decision.
Winner.
A winner, not like,
Clear winner.
controversy and, what about this? And I don't care about that. What if that person got knocked out? So I just want a definitive win. I want Listo to perform like we know he can. There's no pressure because he's just going to go in there and do what he's, born to do, and that's just dominate.
One thing I will say is hopefully Neyer Obregon is getting great sparring because the sparring that we saw it live, we were there in person. He's sparring Samuel Clarkson. Samuel Clarkson has been in the ring with Dimitri Bivol. Granted, he lost, but still, I mean, he's in there with one of the best young fighters in the light heavyweight division.
Yeah, and actually, Samuel Clarkson, again, shout out. He'll be fighting October 19th in Mexico for a belt.
Oh, look at that. And then that's iron sharpens iron. But Listo also sparred with Alfonso El Tigre Lopez.
I love that guy.
He was in there. He's fighting himself coming up against Tommy Kerpensi. I believe it's in October 26th. Don't quote me on the date just yet, but he does have a fight coming up for a belt as well against Tommy
they're fighting
Kerpensi
like in Houston, right?
in the Woodland area.
Right. Yeah, near
So
Conroe.
be sure to check it out. Support your local
Hopefully
boxing.
we can be there.
I think we will be able to.
Yeah, it's not too far away. I get some gas money.
I go to Houston all the time anyway, so. So that's the kind of sparring that he's getting.
Yeah.
I mean, if those two guys there, Samuel and El Tigre, Nayer, go in there prepared. Hopefully you had decent sparring.
So here's my question to you guys, because I know this is gonna get kind of weird. All right, so prospects can go a lot of different ways. You know, as far as where they are in their potential, they can either go the Listo way, or they can go the Felix Verdejo way.
Felix Verdejo.
Felix Verdejo.
He just bummed Manny out. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh man,
His night is ruined.
My point is, like, do you think this fight is maybe too dangerous?
Yes, I'm gonna say yes, simply for the sole purpose because it's boxing. You know, any fight can be dangerous, but the fact that Nayer has a very devastating overhand right, and in the sparring, should I reveal a little bit of a secret? Samuel Clarkson kept kind of tagging Listo a little bit with the overhand.
Bring it.
Right.
So,
No, I mean, I think that's good to say, because with sparring and you know, that's always a challenge. Is are they just trying to
get some work in?
Yeah, are they allowing that to happen?
No,
you know,
no.
that's why they don't want you to film it, because you're not really treating the true
It's
impression.
not. It's not an actual fight. It's more just to get in there, get work in there.
For every champion there is out there, you got to have you know, one of those fights that break you. It's just kind of breaking the ice. I think this is the fight, and I know his camp notes about it. He mentioned it first, you know, regional legit champion, and in state, and so I think he's going to get ready. I think he's got a great game planning, but you can't underestimate the opponent. We've always said that, right? Anything can happen inside that ring, right? But if you come well prepared, if you're focused, and you trust your training, man, we're going to see a Gaitan for quite some time, especially in a division that we talked about. There's not a lot of competition,
right?
And I think that he can make a huge statement with any of those other champions, maybe on a 10th, 12th win, maybe something like that, maybe 6 more fights.
I mean, it's all depending on how he's brought
how he
up.
progresses.
How he progresses.
I mean,
like
some of those guys are pretty. Some of those guys that are, you know, the champions right now with Bivo and the other guys are have such a hard time pronouncing their name.
Yeah, I don't even try.
Go
Alexander.
Govidaskiv.
Oh wow, Hopper.
The
Alexander.
The WBC champion and the IBF champ are Beaterbev. You got WO Kovalev. Obviously, Bivo is the WA champ. I mean, those guys are killers, man. You know,
they are
to attempt to get those guys.
That's kind of my thing, because you know, obviously, I like to see the fighter get an opportunity to be successful, and I have no doubt, because I saw it, that they're giving him the best opportunity to be successful. They're preparing him the right way. It's just I fear the too soon.
Too soon. I have a perfect guy that you can eventually maybe match up against, Jean Pascal.
What?
Jean Pascal, he is the WBA interim champion. He's aging though.
But he's the most experienced guy out there. And I think that at this, I could say maybe in
eventually
in 6 more
on.
fights.
6 more fights?
If he's still
6 more fights.
If he's still
That's
around,
like
I think
journeyman
that's
at that point.
I mean, look at Teofimo. He's in his 12 and he's going to go for a
So
champion.
6 more fights. We're thinking like 2.5 years.
Depends on the pace they got him.
Well, no, it depends on the pace, because you know what, we were watching him in
June and
June.
another fight here in
at
September.
this level, they're gonna probably fight about 2 fights a year, maybe so. Unless you're Navarrete. Unless you're Navarrete, you gotta fight every other month,
right? 4 weeks.
That guy fights every 5 days.
That guy fights tomorrow.
Still
probably.
perform, yeah.
I'm fighting right now.
I know. I'll fight. I'm in the undercard and I'm in the main
That
event.
guy is a machine. Now that's my favorite fighter.
I just, you know, I don't want to deviate from subject, but man, what a waste. And I say that because of 122 with that talent. I mean, we just want to see him grow, and we want to see him go up in weight and maybe in the light.
That's what I'm saying, guys. I don't want you guys listening out to it, and hopefully there's a lot of you guys thinking I'm a punk bitch. Obviously, Listo's a man, but I just worry about the too soon.
Too soon. Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
But
when do you make that decision?
Depends
Are you
on
going
the
to wait for a
performance.
while? Or are you going to be a Spence that there's not a whole lot in the resume?
All right, so I'll give you another example. Okay, so we talked about the extreme. So the Felix Verdejo, and to me, I'm going to go ahead and say Oscar Valdez. Sorry, I had to go there. I bounced it out. I said Oscar Valdez as well.
Whoa, you had to throw a Mexican in there.
I had to bounce it out.
Rican.
All right, so here's the thing,
Hey,
though.
by the way.
Then they have the extreme, though, like guys that are still considered amateurs, or they're learning their craft. Is Devin Haney? He's ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's freaking ready.
He's ready.
And then you have, of course, Grand Prairie in the house. Virgil Ortiz. Now he's not a prospect anymore, is he?
No,
I would still consider him a prospect. I would still say he's a little green compared to some of the other sharks that are in that division.
All right, so I got to go ahead and say that. I know we deviate, guys, but that's what we do. That's what makes this podcast so amazing. So if they make the announcement right now, let's say they did it. They told Manny, they didn't tell us, but then we found out later that they went ahead and they announced Virgil Ortiz versus Danny Garcia.
Virgil Ortiz versus Danny? No, Danny schools
I
him right
think-
now
I-
at this
I-
point.
I-
Antonio Orozco he moved up to fight Virgil, and he was giving him angles that he hadn't seen, and he was having very difficult
I think
time
it's
To the
too
sixth
soon
round.
now.
To the sixth round.
until the power. The power is the greatest equalizer in boxing, and it's the greatest deodorant as well. But
I didn't try some of that. I need some power.
Orozco performed well. He was tagging Virgil, and he was getting frustrated.
All right,
Redness in his
so
face.
that being said, so then that's the exception. There's clearly levels, and he's not quite there yet. But what about Devin Haney? Is there levels?
No, I think Devin Haney is a little more closer to his peak than Virgil is right now. Devin Haney just seems he just has it. He has that. He has the whole package: speed, power. He broke a man's face.
And we know how I feel about that. If you kill somebody in the ring or you
break
fight somebody with half a face, we're all over it.
We're all over it. That's
We'll write like 5
hashtag
stories.
Break your face.
Hashtag break your face.
So what would be your prediction would be for the first opportunity for Ortiz to grab a 147 champion?
Oh, wow.
Who would that be?
I didn't expect
I
this
got
to
a name.
happen.
I got a name. I think they could match well as well.
Go ahead.
Crawford?
No.
Crawford will. He would eat him alive right now. I think Crawford, maybe Crawford in a few years, but this current
version of him,
he has maybe 2-3 years of elite peakness where he's just the only guy that can probably touch him would be Spence.
Right.
But we're kind of going off topic about what I want to go ahead and ask.
Yeah.
What is your prediction on the Listo Gaitan fight versus Neyer Obregon?
Well,
Manny.
Based on, by the way, thank you for bringing him on the show. I mean, it's very great to have people like that, and I think we right now we're making history because this is going to be a kid that's going to be a sensation in the boxing.
Right.
Yes.
Sadly enough, in the division that's forgotten. Started talking about that earlier, but I think based on his the way that his confidence level, he's going to have a second round knockout.
Oh,
whoa!
I like that.
I'm not offended by it.
Go out on a limb.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say because
Put your cards on the table.
I think Listo is going to allow the action to come to him. Like when we saw him sparring, he was kind of cutting the ring off and working the angles. I'm gonna go ahead and say TKO 4th round for Team Listo.
Listo. Hopper.
That's the least of your concern, fool.
He's listo. Ready, listo.
Ay, listo.
Hopper.
My prediction.
Uh-oh.
Listo Gaitan
Yes.
in 6 rounds.
6 rounds.
Oh.
Body shot.
Whoa.
Just like his previous fight when he fought Robert Hill, it was a body shot, devastating that body shot that just debilitated Robert Hill, unable to continue. Listo works the body very well. That's one of his
That's no
bread and
secret,
butters.
guys.
That's not.
So
Yeah, that's not.
I can see him stopping Nader in the 6 rounds, and I wish I was in town to see it, but unfortunately, Long Live Boxing will be present at the Porter.
In
That's right.
Los Angeles,
Angeles.
California. So we're
everywhere.
everywhere. Like I said, we're the boxing cockroaches. We don't die. We multiply, and we cover it. Right? We put it in an article, and we put pictures with it.
With that said, gentlemen,
Follow share, and like
comment.
us.
Right. So another thing I want to
Even
say
if
out
you
there
don't
too.
agree with this.
Yeah, if you don't agree, definitely comment.
Definitely comment. We definitely want to hear from you.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear from you. And know where you live. Put your address.
Whoa.
Nah, it's not that kind of podcast.
It's not that kind of one.
Nah.
But we
That's
want.
the 12 o'clock hour.
Oh, holla at your boy.
Wow.
So
All right, so what I want to say is thanks again for listening in. Definitely, if you don't remember, we have the contest at longliveboxing.com. That's the email address. What you're going to do is say your favorite thing about Listo. Hey, he wins a lot. Hey, he has a cool beard.
Whatever
Hey,
it is.
Whatever it is.
He's young.
I like
and
his name.
good looking.
Okay, we get it.
We get it.
All right, so
Hey, shout out to 20 years of one of the best fights in the world, Oscar De La Hoya and Tito Trinidad.
that's today?
that's today. Who won that fight?
Oh, here comes a thorn.
No, answer it. Answer the question.
Yeah, just
I mean, we're not
legit question.
It's been so long.
My Wi-Fi's down. I
Yeah,
can't
my
see it.
not working. All right, so again, thank you guys so much. This is not
Appreciate
the
it,
last
fellas.
one. This is not the first one, but it's
First
the
of
best one
many.
right now. Thank you guys for checking in and checking out, and we gone.
That's right. Remember, never let boxing die.
Never.
Always
Support your local boxing.
long
EnVivo.
live boxing. EnVivo.
Adios.
Not bad for the first time
Oh, yeah.
ever.
Spider.
Woo!
Is there anything else?
Probably. Well, we have it. I guess we have to come up with a. I guess you can probably take. Something exciting. Yeah, we took. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you